Oh, yeah. So, 10 minute, 10 minute sketch of these. This is it. Maybe even 7. I'm going to use my non-dominant hand, my left hand, because it means you can't really see it. Use my non-dominant hand because it stops me getting in any way precious, you know. Let's see. So these are some light petals over here. And they're quite dark. And then there's, I know you can't really see it. And then there's light ones again here. Oh, it shot off on its own. No, they're down here a bit lower. Because this whole daisy is lower than this one. So they're there-ish. And then there's a third one of those flowers. Really thin petals on that one. I kind of like the way that the background white seems to read as almost like blue at the height of the yellow. So I could give it some blue. My plan is to go for a walk with Maisie then. Yeah, she's balmed off on the couch there, nice and relaxed. But I'd say she'd be up for no wander, alright. She's eating midnight's food, that's the only thing. I think that's why she's getting a bit chubby. She makes her way in after midnight's our cat. She kind of makes her way in and finishes off whatever Midnight hasn't eaten. I know when Maisie's been in because it's completely licked dry, whereas Midnight's a little bit more selective about what she'll eat. So she only just licks the jelly off it, really. Right, so that's that. And then there's another yellow. So which one am I going to use next? I want the yellow that's kind of, I think it's the second one here. Yeah, it's kind of orangey, a little bit orangey. It may work for some of the centres. So there's the centre of the daisy there. Not sure if that's quite it. Try this one. Just want to give a shout out to my friend Sharon who gave me these lovely pens. It's handy having them, you know, they're really fun kind of selection. You can just reach for them when I want to do something quick. Maybe just use black as well. I've got this, some of it. Because it's really quite dark behind these white petals. Yeah, behind some of them it's really dark. And I think the thinner black line is kind of helpful for describing the white petaled daisy. And then there's the I think it's this colour I want. Yeah, that's just a little bit less orange, but I think it's a good colour for the centre of that one. And actually for some of the centres of these, it's just little parts of this as well. And of course there's another beautifully bright daisy over there. Which might have a little bit of this in it. Maybe I could use the blue again. But I think also the black needs to be used here. Outlining some of the petals on this one. This is a white daisy as well. There's something satisfying about trying to get the individual particulars of each petal without getting bogged down in it. It's kind of a thin line between that. I think the limit of time means that I focus a little bit more intently on getting the character of the flower without botanically illustrating it, you know. Knowing I've only got like a few minutes here now helps me to select what's important rather than have time for every single thing I want to do. It's good having that restriction, I feel. And there's the other green stem. And there's green over here too, in between those. And then there's the gerbera yellow with a centre that's really dark. And let's see what's next with that. I've put the wrong colour. I want to find a yellow that's going to work for that. Let's see. I think this is a good one. I've used the bottom of the page to put out all the colours in advance, so I kind of roughly know where each shade of yellow is located. They're very nuanced, these. There's not a huge difference because there's so many yellows. It's great because they've got all the different variations of yellow. And I think this has got a hint of green about it in there. Or something that isn't yellow anyway. I'll just use a bit of grey colour. Yeah, it's just to cancel out some of that yellow. Lily's back from Greece and she's at her first day of work today. God bless her. Excuse me. Right. I think this one has got some features that'll work. Yeah, but I'm really wanting to get this resolved. And I think what I'll do with this, because the inside of the gerbera, while it is really dark, it's got a kind of a brownish, maybe a mahogany hint rather than black. So I'm going to go with this brownish colour. I can use it out here as well, where the flower stops and the space around it starts. And the piano's back there, and it has a kind of a, there's some brown shades there that I think will work. I'm not sure if it's going to if that's a bit too dominant. Anyway, it's done now. Right. So, there's lovely little petals that are in between the big ones and the centre, and these have got a very orangey hint to them. It doesn't so much extend out. I think it may be this one that I'm wanting for in between the bigger ones. Lovely bright yellow, that one. I'm going to use the big side. I'm getting a bit impatient now. I want to head off. I'm going to go for the brightest one, which is number 4. And last but not least, I'll do some sort of, I'll indicate where the pot sits. So it's out there. I think I've put the gerbera too far over it. I'll just make the pot bigger. Just wanted to have some indication of the position of things. I'm like anchoring down the pot. And to have some sort of thing up there then to counterbalance maybe. The flowers are pretty much, they're shining. They're actually almost shining like a sun would shine. Okay, I'm just going to stop there. So that's what I was looking at. And that's what happened. It's kind of exciting. It's good fun playing. This is on the back of another thing that my daughter was, one of her friends did for her. Just putting a little bit more definition in this gerbera. Thanks for joining me. See you tomorrow. Bye.